The 5 fragments of the wrecked Titan indicate what happened on the Titan just before the crash and the death of the adventurers, and within how much time did they die. 5 large pieces of the wrecked submarine Titan have been recovered deep in the Atlantic Ocean. These include a nose cone, pressure chamber, front and bell and outer parts of the hull. The U.S. Coast Guard has confirmed that they are scattered around the place where the Titanic went down. It is initially believed that the vehicle had a large explosion before it crashed. U.S. Coast Guard Rear Admiral John Major gave this information at a press briefing on Wednesday, June 22, around 3 p.m. local time. He said that Titan was torn apart in a cataclysmic and terrible explosion. The collision of the submarine's speed with the tremendous pressure at the bottom of the ocean could have incredibly caused such an explosion of pressure vessels, and consequently it exploded. He said, on Wednesday morning, the robotic watercraft ROVE was able to locate a large part of the back of the submarine Titan. It was found 1,600 feet away from the wreckage of the Titanic. 3 more large fragments and debris were later found nearby. John Major said, on behalf of the U.S. Coast Guard, we extend our deepest condolences to the families of the 5 explorers aboard the submarine. However, we cannot say for sure whether we will be able to recover the bodies of the 5 explorers on board the Titan. He said, we are continuing to work to make the rescue operation more fruitful. It's an incredibly complex environment. Under the sea, which is about 2 miles below the surface. The robotic watercraft ROVE continues to work around the wreckage. A former U.S. Navy doctor has revealed what may have happened on board the Titan and its 5 passengers in the moments before their tragic and final demise. He is an expert in underwater medicine and radiation health. Dale Moll is a former director of the U.S. Navy. Passengers can die in milliseconds and painlessly, he told Sigma Media. He said, the death of riders could have been very quick and therefore painless. They died instantly due to the incredible and terrible pressure in the deep sea. Due to the extreme pressure and incredibly low temperatures, the occupants may be in a deep sleep or unconscious momentarily before suffocation upon detonation. And right after that they died brutally. Moll said, the accident may have been so sudden that none of the riders could have realized, even a few moments before, what dire consequences were about to befall them. It probably happened in less than a minute. The Titan's switch turns off. Then they might be alive 1 millisecond and die a brutal death the next millisecond. Earlier, the wreckage of the missing submarine Titan was found in the Atlantic Ocean and all aboard were declared dead. The U.S. Coast Guard said all died due to an explosion in the submarine. U.S.-based private company OceanGate sent this submarine to sea tourism. On Thursday, the company first reported the death of 5 passengers. The U.S. Coast Guard held a press conference at around 3 p.m. local time on Thursday. In this, they said, more debris was found around the wreckage of the Titanic. Among them, 5 large fragments of the Titan submarine were found. The submarine is believed to have exploded. But when it exploded, nothing can be said now. At the press conference, condolences were expressed to the families of the 5 aboard the submarine. The rescuers could not be sure whether the bodies of the passengers could be recovered or not. Last Sunday, June 18th, the small submarine dived into the sea with 5 passengers to see the Titanic ship lying at the bottom of the sea. 1 hour and 45 minutes later, contact with the ship above was lost. After that, the rescue operation started. Pakistani 48-year-old billionaire Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son Suleiman, British tycoon 58-year-old Hamish Harding, French 77-year-old Paul-Henri Nargeolet, and submarine driver and OceanGate Company CEO Scott Rush. These are the 5 people in the missing Titan submarine in the depths of the North Atlantic. Among them, Hamish Harding was known as an adventurer. He has visited the South Pole several times in addition to space travel. Shahzada Dawood, a member of one of the richest families in Pakistan, lived in the UK. His son Suleiman was a student. Paul-Henri Najol was a Titanic expert. He had visited the wreck of the Titanic before.